Welcome to my game development stream. As always, first I start my development environment, then I play one round of my game, and after that I decide what I work on today. So I have to wait for the terminal to be usable. One command to start stuff, wait for a few lines to appear so I know it's ready. The time I can read what I worked last time on, where I continue. Still class Spellmaker. To check something, mana calculation seems off. Spell type charge. Okay, I wanted to new spell type as upgrade. As the next. Okay, it started. It runs in the browser. Localhost for me. I'm the guy in the middle. First, I have to choose a class. I choose Spellmaker, which is my work in progress class. I did not start fresh, but I could make a fight against my last Spellmaker. Okay. I have to think. He will probably have my usual. I can see his spells. I made it visible. King sign. Selected. He has instant turret lightning. Okay. This is easy to dodge, so this should be not too hard. I go, oh, lightning. So I first have to create my spell. It's 1 mana, so it's what I want. So I'm scared in the middle. It's aside enemies. If it closes them, attack me. Above my head is my HP. If it reaches 0, I die, and if I die, I get a higher score based on how far away from the middle I died. So spellcaster, I cast range and can kill enemies before they see me at the start, but they will get more difficult. Place the turret, it's hard to see. Okay. I want turret next. Let's check if I... The Fireline? Ah yes, I think I give them the base abilities. I will see later if they have a higher aggro range. Seeker proximity move. Proximity. Oh, do I use Seeker Fireline or proximity with explosion? Okay. Okay, this was explosion. This is lightning. Oh god, oh god. Cannot click fast enough, can I? Okay, I will change my spell. That I now have a turret. Give it a little bit of mana. Next stage is lightning. So the turret casts lightning. Perfect. Somehow it's a lot of enemies. Autocast. Autocast can now level. But I don't have... I think it's not good. Did I have... I have proximity. I'm not sure what might be the best here. I can autocast for now. Wait. I never checked. This is cast with... It gets level even if I place it myself. Interesting. Do I want this? Do I know this? I think I can know it. Maybe I change it. I'm idiot. I didn't look. Okay, but I feel like this is not what I want. Change to cast only gains level only for autocast. not for manual instant cast. Do I play one more? How much damage did it do? Command log. Damage taken 400. It was a one shot. I think a bit. I know why it's so high. This is most likely happening all the time. Do I want to change it? Currently not, I guess. It was boss 4. It's easy enough to dodge. I just didn't notice it. Paying attention, not paying enough attention. Okay, I think let's check damage meter just. Autocast. This is also interesting. If I fix it that it has instant in instead of autocast, then I'm fine. Okay. Okay. So first check. Lightning scaling mana cost. 1 target, 1 mana, 2000 per turn. This is what I wanted. Or is this that I messed up my calculation? Should be Spellmaker 2 lightning. And I should calculate mana cost somewhere. Oh, I also remember. It's close to the right to clean up and version 430 today. Calculate mana cost. Jumps. Damage factor. Divided by 10. This feels correct. Is jump not an integer, maybe? Find all references. This doesn't seem like what I search. One key up or one key down. Here I have jumps. This part I searched. Ah, he doesn't see because I don't have it as... this is... Oh, he should find it. To lightning. Oh, here I'm missing a 2. Okay, now I hope on jumps I find more. Yes, perfect. Mass, max, absolute divided by 10. I have no rounding in here. This explains it. And when do I get the next jump? I'm guessing I create... jumps, paint, delete, tick. From 0, so 0.1 would already be one jump. Okay, so this is why it's cheaper. So the problem is the calculation is incorrect. So here is a mass point round missing. Or do I floor it? Probably floor it, I guess. I think for a moment. We also use the jumps as... Yes, I use it as... size indication, 1 pixel. Okay, let's... Does floor matter? I think I can round. It doesn't matter that much. I just have to try it. It's also not on key up, on key on tick, on tick. Yep. That I have the same calculation in two locations might also not be optimal. Not totally the same. It doesn't matter. Now, Spellmaker Lightning. So this is one. This should be now 0.5. I'm confused. 0.1. Wait. This is the smallest. This is 1. When I go 1 bigger, it should be 2. But if I do this, this is 0. I think here it was the first go. Yes, okay. I think this is what I wanted. Max damage, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is what I want. This looks correct. Let's make a commit for it. Spellmaker lightning. Oops. Lightning mana cost fix. Will it fix at the start? Is this a change? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Next, change autocast gains level only for autocast, not for manual instant cast. This might be more difficult. I have the ability Spellmaker. I have Spellcast. Get custom. I have to think a bit. It goes to Spellcast, but I guess custom data. Cast next stage. And there is one more, isn't there? Missing something. Spellcast. Here I'm adding the spell type. But the spell type is... find all references. I have 3. Tick AI. If I cast it, it's a self-cast. If tick ability, this is an autocast. And this is a self-cast. So spellcast needs one boolean is autocast is boolean and it's true by default, it's false by default. And now where is it? How do I do it? I add the spell type unless it's an autocast without autocast. Okay. If I do it like this, here is a position where I would need to put in true. Because this is an autocast. And I cast only here. This would mean that I have, whoops, is it const? Doesn't matter. Chain is this one. Tool chain. And this will be a bit different here. It will be is autocast. Can I do this in here? If it is autocast, no, this is not enough. Spell type is spell type autocast. And not autocast, then it's spell. Oops, no, I should do it the other way around. Spellmaker, spell type, instant. I think this is the only exception. If I'm autocast, but I am not autocasting, then change it to instant. Else it's a spell type. Okay, let's find out. Spellmaker, lightning. I need autocast. We have autocast. I now make one on autocast. I make a simple, what do I wanted? Is it lightning is what I wanted. So he's casting, but if I do this, I now have my damage meter. It's as instant flagged. And this didn't get any level. No, not what I want. This got level. Now I have damage meter. This is flagged as instant. Okay, this is what I wanted. Why is it? Okay. No. Feeling there's still a lot not connecting. Doesn't matter. Just a small test how far I can survive. I won on 60 frames per second, so 60 enemies per second it should be able to kill, say, keeping one shot. This was not one shot. I can see the enemy HP, enemy 800, so they are still one shot currently. But I'm getting nearly overwhelmed. I think the black are two shot, yeah. Okay, here's my limit, I guess. Short check, character. To cast and lightning are both so high. I could add a new spell, go over. But this doesn't really help. Let's do explosion. Now they are one shot again, I believe. I don't see the black enemy's HP. 1200. Oh, I am on 1800. An explosion is already 12. Fire line. Code. Let's go to fire line. Eight level. More, please. 10. Am I losing mana? Oh, I should verify. The spell costs switch over 0.06. And I have enough. Yes, it's even not enough. I can put a second in. Okay. Can I put a third in? Let's find out. Oh. I could have probably even put more in. Let's see. What was my mana cost? 0.2. I have 6 mana per second. If this happens 60 times 10. No, it should have been enough. I was not strong enough. Okay. But my change worked. This is a change. Spellmaker autocast. Does not get when instant self-cast. Okay. This is this one. Next, I wanted to have a charge type. Slows down movement, can charge as long as player 1 spell gets stronger the longer the charging button down. Charge. Did I start anything for this? I don't think so. I don't have autocast. Autocast is, I think, part in here. Is it? Because it's not a tool. No, it's an upgrade, is it? Because I add it in and then I act on the buttons. This is... I can delete. I'm missing some. Code handling. I think this autocast stuff is not done in a way where I can easily extend it. Are you in here? Autocast. You're indeed here. I know why autocast needs special code. Because this ability needs to act on autocast. It also needs to act on charge. It's not easy to put it into its own file. Or is it? Because autocast acts on each spell which exists, I need to tick it. I have to think again. What is about charge? It's only for the Q and casted one, and it only acts on casting. Basically, I charge. Spell gets stronger the longer the charging. Do I want to limit it? Not necessarily. Each tool needs to work with charging in the end, I guess. So I will put charge in here, tick ability. It will have a ticking because I'm holding down the button. Currently I instant cast on press. So spellcast will have a charge factor. And let's say 1 is the default. That makes sense to me. Tick ability. I don't need to tick. Still in tick. Spellcast. I think currently I only act on key down or Spellmaker. So this means here I have actually then a else case for key up because I'm interested. Key down is starting. I need to get the spell. This is fine. So I can easily add a new type. It will not matter for most cases because it will work like an instant cast. The tick ability autocast spell indexes is all on autocast, it doesn't matter. All on autocast, it doesn't matter. The spellcast, this is on. This also doesn't matter, this will go to. This will keep what it is and cast instantly. This is import and tool select spell type. On tool select spell type. So I set something to false. If this is a Q&R selected autocast, I have to change. Okay, I understand. This is also not related to charging. And I cannot charge and can I? Technically I can, I guess. All in here, okay. So far I understand, but now I had a thought. What if I... Okay, I need to care for it later. I guess the first thing I need is a new type, which is charge. Charge. Now I have to find out. This has to be added as a possible upgrade somewhere, so I would have expected. Or do I just put it in here? I think I just put it in here. Spell is spell is cast automatically when mana full. No, spell charges on key down and is cast on key up. I can put a second line in, okay. The longer the charge, the stronger the spell. Okay, I have no idea what I pressed. No, cancel. I think Shift S, Shift Shift, okay. Is this now an upgrade? It could be. Let's find out. Spellmaker. Load sheets at skill point. Autocast. Orbiter. Move. Turret. There is charge. Okay, but charge should be uppercase, I guess. Yeah, also lowercase. Autocast was also lowercase, I guess. But now I have here. No, I didn't skill it. Now I have. No charge. Okay, so I cannot do. But this was fine so long as the charge is as long as the spell. This was still fine in. So this should not matter at all if I do lightning as it's. So when I move, does it mean I can decide where I, yes. Okay. It is scalable. It has no effect. So now I need data. How to cast spell index, charge, spell type, charge, start, and it's a number. And it needs to reset. Where do I reset? Setability. Spellmaker. Spell type. Undefined. Okay. Now I need to set the value when I press down and cast the spell when I release. This means on spell cast. Active ability cast. I just have to check. I get a lot of data is keyed down. I do not use here. I am interested in this mode. Here is key down. This is no longer const spell is ability. Is it ability SM? Spells ability SM spell index. So if spell type is spell type charge, it will behave differently, else you cast. So is key down will now this is also interesting. I have a max distance. Think a bit. I probably also want to paint the spell. Based on its strengths. So first is ability SM, spell type, charge start is game state time. This tells me I started charging, and when I release, it will be undefined at the end, but I can break this in many ways. Can I? If I change the spell. I can cast the other spell and I can come back here. Have to think a bit. How should I do this? Best case. I could make it that on spell change I reset it. I probably have to. And on... Or reset it on spell cast. Wouldn't be enough, would it? So the fear is I can cheat the system a bit and begin charging, switch a spell cast, come back later and cast a charged one. Which is not valid. And I wanted that charging stops mana regeneration probably. Because the regenerated mana will buff the strength. Maybe I should think a bit. The strength is the amount of mana gained in the cast time, I would say. I think a bit. Turrets will probably be a problem. Because they need a certain amount of mana to be able to cast, but based on how much I charge, I can scale it. Could have an initial cost, and then it charges up. Let's say half the mana cost is required to start the charge. And then I gather mana and it increases its strength based on... Okay. But how do I... But spellcast takes the mana away, doesn't it? Yes, it checks if I have enough. I think a bit. Normally on cast I change the mana, but here I would... I mean, I get the spell and then I decide charging takes the mana away already before. So this will change how it... Okay, but this makes it complicated in a way. Should I split it? I guess I will a bit. So spell charge will take the mana away from the start. Then the mana checks are somewhere else, or do I? I make a function, probably spell charge start. Let's try this one. I will have ability Spellmaker. Game. We'll see what I need. Ski down is also something I need, I guess. I put it here. Quite a few things I need. What is cast position? A position probably. Position. Ski down. Boolean. Oops, how did I manage this? Boolean. Then I have used. Now I wanted to add mana consumption. So essentially owner ability SM cast position ski down game. Which means I also want spell type charge mana stored number. I don't need this to be optional, but you will now complain. I don't initialize it. Yes, is it here? Yes, here it's here. Starts with 0. And ability doesn't start with 0. It when I take away the mana directly, do I cast it on change? Maybe. Time will tell. So I start with, I need to check else if, I need to check if this is not undefined, so I have a time. I need const initial cost, mana cost will be, needs a spell. So I can do this again. I This is a spell mana cost. I'm not sure if this is already with reduction or not. Should be. Okay. This halved is initial mana cost. Initial mana cost, if this is smaller, ability mana. So if I have enough mana, I will start ability mana minus equal initial mana cost. So I remove the mana, store it, and start charging. I think a bit. When I am done, I could reset it. I think a bit. This means my charge start is done. I put in the mana, I remove it, but if I cast it, he will check again for mana. And this is not what I want. You know, I need to check for if Q and spell type. This is spell type. Charge, it behaves differently. Does it? I think for a moment. No, the mana is already paid. So if it's not, then I need to check for mana. And else it would be a return. I cannot cast it. I broke something. I had an else here. Missing mana. This is... still not enough. I feel like I destroyed something. If I am a charging type, not a charging type, then I have to check if I have enough mana. If I have enough mana, I subtract the mana and then I will cast it. If I don't have enough mana, I will return here. Else I have missing mana. But this also means I have a missing mana case here. This is initial mana cost, missing mana. Okay. Now the charging can do its stuff, and the casting will behave based on which type it is. At least the initial part. Now the charging will be more powerful than instant, because it costs only half the mana. Okay. First try. take Spellmaker, take Lightning. I have to get the charge upgrade. Now if I charge the Lightning, so it will cast here and it will now be flagged as charge. And I will hit no 2 levels. Would be yes, okay, it gets levels. The first level is a bit buggy. Okay, so far so good. Now, based on my mana used, the goal is that the spell should be weaker when I cast instantly, but stronger if I charge for longer than instant cast. Is it? I need to think a bit. Should it be more mana efficient even if I cast instant? I don't think so. And the autocast will work while I have charging on, so... What is the next part? Let's think a bit. Slows down movement, can charge as long as player wants. Button down. Would be... So this part I have. This is done. Can charge as long as player wants. Technically, this is also true. Spell gets stronger the longer the charging. Would be more mana efficient. This is not enough information. Auto when charging for longer. When doing instant should be weaker, but same mana efficiency. Is this fair? So if I when doing instant should be weaker, but same mana efficiency. Is this fair? As long as I don't have autocast, charging is dangerous. No, not necessarily. If I have Orbiter, it's also usable. If I charge up, it's the same. So I will probably give each tool a way to handle the charging. Okay, what is next? Spell gets stronger the longer the charging. The scaling I can check later. Spell gets no longer to the charge. I have the initial mana here. I have to add now per tick, basically. I will have this charge start time, which tells me I'm currently charging. Then I could add the mana I would get to mana stored. I could also decide if I want to use up my existing mana. I can find out if I play a bit. Okay, I need something to drink. I'm shortly AFK. Okay. So I have to add some mana amount. Okay. So on Spellmaker tick, I will need to check where I add mana, basically. Tick ability should somewhere. Here I add mana. But now I could check if ability SM spell charge start. If this is not undefined, this means I'm currently charging. This means mana regeneration. I'm interested. Here I will essentially do ability, spell type, mana stored. This can essentially store as much as at once. Plus is not necessary. Okay. Find all references. 0.1 it is. Understood. Now I increase the amount when I am charging. If I'm in spell make mode, it's interesting. What is next? I have to use this value on when I cast, I guess. Do I go to spell cast? Spellcast can now have think a bit. Do I pass in a value or does spellcast? get it. I could have a charge factor on here, I guess. And this needs to be passed down. Yes, it will. I have a damage factor, a mana factor. I could technically just do an increased damage factor, I guess. This would work. But I wanted to increase also sizes. I think a bit. Thinking. I want to visualize charging that it gets stronger. One thing I want to shortly check if I'm Spellmaker. Lightning doesn't matter. Let's take all I want. Turret, wave, orbit. It doesn't matter where I click, it's snapped to the specific orbit. So if I now go in charge, do I charge the mana of the turret? I don't know. Could be visualized like this. That it's the mana of the turret. But the turrets also have a lifetime. Time will tell. Fire lines I could also... And for the AI it will also be important how it behaves. Do they disappear, although they don't have any spell to cast? Dude, wait. I never handled the case. Nothing to cast. Also, I didn't check. So I have charge. Don't care what I take. To be able to reduce, now I hold. No, it doesn't. That's not what I wanted to press. I don't want help. I'm still unsure how I should... I want to visualize that a spell is getting stronger the longer I hold. So for Toad it could be the mana, for other it could be... Oh... Ah, but I want the size to go too, I guess. I guess I want another value on spellcast. Or I put it just in... I'm so unsure. When I paint, I could put it in. And if I cast, I can also put it in. And spellcast can... care to... put it in however it wants. I guess this is the fairest. This would mean that the function definition besides damage factor, mana factor, charge factor, number. Now this complains. First of all, I would now need the charge factor. Let's call it constant. This will actually let charge factor is 1 by default. Else charge factor will be, I have no idea. Spellcast, if this function exists, it's after mana factor. Oops, wrong. But the charge factor has to be calculated now to be like ability SM spell type mana stored divided by spell Q and spell mana cost. This will mean a cheap spell will gain a lot of, but yes, because it's a mana, I push in. Okay, so this part is probably correct. But this means I start half. I will balance it later, I guess. First I have to see it work. It can work. Now he complains. The amount of values is growing. Should I already think how I integrate it? Center, radius. I can affect the damage and the radius. I do it later, I guess. I do it all later. damage, mana, and charge factor. Damage, mana, charge. Mana, charge. Mana, charge. One is missing. On when I cast the next stage. It needs to know. Okay, I understand. Damage factor, mana factor, charge factor, number. You should have more than one arrow now. I now need everywhere the charge factor to. Charge factor. Okay. He's not happy yet. Do I call it in here? Toolchain mana factor, charge factor. Okay, now he's happy. Charge factor. Yeah, I didn't see where. Damage factor, mana factor, charge factor. Okay. I know charge factor. Mana factor, charge factor. Down to 3 errors. Take where damage. Mana here. 2 errors. Charge factor. Something is not adding up yet. Wait. I am in cast next stage, so this should be in the ability object. But I should have an ability object of type. Oh, it's already the correct one. Charge factor. Okay, now I'm passing it through. the charge vector, I pass it through, the value is not considered, but it's stored. It's calculated, and now it needs to affect. But I want to I need to think. I want to paint it while I'm holding it down, so that I can see it growing. I want to probably increase the mana I put in. Time will tell. Do I want... Thinking a bit. Now press charge, it stores mana, it makes a value which is not used stronger. And now is the part where I cannot see how it will get stronger, so I have to think about how I paint it. So I have my spell paint, I believe. It might be even in Paintability UI, or is it Paintability? Paintability UI might be more... So do I want other players to see it? It's not necessary. Maybe it is. It's a charge action, I want to see it. It's paintability. The only thing is I do not know, I probably do not sense the mouse position. Maybe. If I spell make mode. But now, if I am in spell cast mode, I want to essentially paint the spell I want to cast. I have a paint behind them. And I'm interested in the tool paint, I guess. I think a bit. Yeah, I paint the work in progress, but this is... No, I can put a work in progress in. paint position. So there are a few questions about multiplayer, I guess I don't answer with this code. I'm not having a tool. This is just my mana bar. So here I want to paint something. I'm unsure with my time, half an hour still for my target time. The work in progress was only a part. The rest was painted before. So I'm interested in this paint part, probably. I could start with it. So this means if I should have ability SM here, if this has spell type, this is not undefined, so I should be charging currently. I just paint this stuff. Owner paint position is, because of the wizard head, existent. But this cannot be manipulated. I have to manipulate it based on my mouse position, essentially. Why? They are fixed. Oh, this is again complicated. Not everything moves based on it. But this is a start, I would say. Let's try. So I get all I have explosions put in charge. And now he paints it when I hold down, and I would want to see it move with my mouse. Only the orbiter prevents it from happening. Which I have to figure out later, I guess. I want them to grow. So let's see. I am charging. No, I have to. Oh God. So much stuff. Yeah, I paint. Now I paint this stuff. The created objects. I could also for this paint put in a charge value. And then the paint functions of the tool need to be working together with the spell cast. Does it, or do I set a value? Think a bit. If I'm in Spellmaker mode, I want to have it as one by default. I do not want the calculation at multiple positions, I guess. I think that we could put it in one function, so I set it. I'm unsure how I want it. In the Spellmaker mode, I want it one way, I guess. I don't want it to be affected by my charge. But when I then start the cast, I want to use the tool painting, because this is recursive and has everything. And then I could visualize how charge makes a difference. Which means each spell toolpath can have its own effects, and they have to decide how it works by their own. Although I could have the paint doesn't know. I'm currently painting. So I can think again. If I get this value in, the spellcast already has. Yes, charge factor is part of here. And I guess I will also add it in paint. Then I have always keep them in sync. or I make a function for it. Probably easier. I will see. Ability Spellmaker. Put here charge factor, I guess. But this means I have to change paint. I have 2 paints. The move tools will probably be not affected. So it's mainly the other tools. Let's check what I find. This means I will need a charge factor here too. Charge factor. Charge factor. Paint ability. Charge factor will be 1 in Spellmaker mode. It will be one in Spellmaker mode. Now I'm confused. What was the first? What is the difference? Recursive paint and the work in progress. Okay, now I see it. And here I have to figure out the value I want to pass in. And I already calculated somewhere else. Find charge factor here. Let's function at charge factor. Something like turn this. It is a number. I need the ability. Spellmaker. Oops. Here in Spell do I let's go ability Spelltype. This is undefined. I return 1. I guess else I need to get the Q and spell. Q and spell. Is ability spells ability spell index. Get charge factor is used here. And I need it for painting. And charge factor. Are you happy? No. I should have this value, so this should give me something. I put in what is now the problem, that my paint wants a charge factor, which I did not add everywhere. Number. Was this correct? I hope. I'm not correct here. And yeah. Zero errors. Now I have a charge factor. Now I want to use it for the first case. Let's take explosion. Function get reduce charge. Could be I return a number and I get created object. Oops. Plus charge factor number, something like this. I return created object. Explode. Explode. Is it this one? Oops. Explode radius. Let's say it's charge factor. This is not what I want to have in the long one, but radius only used here. So let's explode and charge factor. I also need to use it here now. It's the same, I believe. Okay, so explosion could work. 6 skill point. I have charge. I want explosion. Totally balanced. Young. Okay, base idea is working. Now I have to explode damage factor is affecting the alpha. This can go above 1 essentially. I can add the charge factor here. I should the problem is this is not linear. 14 minutes until my target time. Scaling, balancing I can do later. Currently I should make it not go so fast. The charge factor is essentially correct, but the radius is growing differently. So I should calculate this to space, so const area. So explode radius, explode radius times mass point pi. I think there was something squared also. Circle area formula. I don't need AI for this. Radius squared. So it's radius times radius. I wonder if mass point is this fast if I don't care. So this is my area. This I will multiply with the charge factor, and then I will return the new radius, which is area mass point square root divide by pi first. Divide by pi first, I believe. And now it should be linear area grow. I will find out. Give me all the stuff. I want to be charging and I want to have explosion. It looks more like what I want. So the damage doesn't grow. If I would 0 mana, interesting. If I would make the damage high, yes, this would go far slower. Okay, should I figure out if I can paint it? And if I reset again, have multiple explosions and they all grow. How much does 100 damage? Oh, good. Let's start high. So now I want it to move with my mouse. And then I probably reach my target time and come to an end for today. Okay, here. We start, doesn't matter. I want the owner paint position. Can think about it later, but the goal is to move it. This means the paint position I put in is different. Do I have any tick ability tool? The tick ability? When I'm in, I have the on tick. So let's go on tick in Fireline. Something like this. I need the client info mouse position essentially. Okay, let's take it from now. I need the client info. Import character ID. If I have client info, then I need client info. Last mouse position. Can this be empty? It seems to exist always. Move in here. And I want this to affect the position cons paint pose is you are a position, and I am interested in owner paint. I don't know what type of mouse position this is. I will see. But if I do something like this, where did I check in move? No, in Fireline I was. I take this and subtract ability owner. So the other way around. Ability owner. So this is a map position. Okay, a map position. I can. Then my calculation is stupid here. This is, if this is a map position, it has nothing to do with paint position. But I can do this is relative. No, this would also. Oh god, this is complicated because the paint position could be. Yes, it's zoom dependent. Then I should get a new paint position, I guess. So I have ability owner, camera position. But I think I want client info last mouse position here. Let's try this one. Six. I'm again mainly interested in charging and explosions. Doesn't update. Something is off. But Fireline works. Something is not. I think I flagged the spell as it was interested in. Send relative cast position is true. So this should act on mouse down. No, not even mouse down, generally. Do I use this value in here? No. But Fireline doesn't do anything different. Last mouse position client info. I did not see what I do wrong. Ability owner ID. Who owns the ability? And I get his last mouse position. This is where I cast, and this is a paint position. So this is not updated, I would assume. But on Fireline it works. I don't see how this makes sense. Unless I specifically disabled it somehow. Doesn't make sense to me. In each paint frame I get this data. This will also be interesting for if I don't have client position, I will change it a bit. Const map position for paint is position ability owner X, ability owner Y. When I have client info, I know this is then a let map position for paint is then client info. It was painted, so the client, this value did exist. Now this is, I think, important for if enemies use it. I broke something. This is why. Oh, okay. I reached my target time. I have to come to an end, but I would be interested why this doesn't work. I couldn't put a breakpoint in. So the assumption is it doesn't update. Charge again, explosion again. It also always goes. It always starts here. This is strange. Should move with the mouse, so let's at least debug and see if the problem is indeed in here. Spellmaker, paintability. Don't see it in here. Character, player characters, Spellmaker. Somewhere around here. A cast ability, what is it? A bit higher, I believe. Here's some painting. Here's some mouse position. No. This is UI. Yeah, this is the one. I hold down. Two, three, one. Something. 3, 1. This was the going case, but this value. Okay, this is not updated. Last mouse position indeed is not updating, but why? If I have to check where I update this. Okay, maybe. Auto send mouse position handler. This seems to be player action. Yeah, I updated, but I think this is important part. Where was it? Auto send mouse position handler in game. Is this not happening? No, it's happening. Interesting. Why is it only happening now? Active ability cast. not quite what I want, I guess. Spellmaker. So I have to cast Snipe. But I have to stop it, don't I? I feel like there should be two parts to this. I have this value. The multiplier is sent for owners. And this has to be spliced. I'm confused. Activate auto send. Ah, okay, here it's this is okay, I now see it. This has true and this has false. I can activate and deactivate. The sniper never deactivates. You will see that it's already activated. Basic idea understood. Do I deactivate for... So I activate if I... start it. I guess. And I end when I release. Something like this. Hey, how do I hide what's new? Yeah. I have no idea. This, oh, it's okay, this closing button. Do I have any move? 6. No, please. Get all stuff, go in, charge. No. Yep, it's not quite. Also, can I... I would want it to be more fluent if I'm the... I will see if I can do this. For myself, I could use my actual mouse position. But this is a start. Is it balanced? It doesn't matter. And because I have made moved, so if I but the base idea is working. Did I not hit? Felt like. Oh, okay, they have some HP. I have to come to an end. I think this is a state which is fine. Let's update. Close to the right. Where am I? Button down, charge, and charge along a special spell. Continue. Configure spell charge to affect all tools. Configure code. I think I will send this. Okay, let's run tests to see if stuff is still working, which it should, because I did not. Again, Spellmaker has no test case yet. Also have some problem with cast range, I guess. Which could eat my spell. Doesn't matter. Would also have checked if zoom is affected correctly. Well, it will need a lot of testing in the end, but I will see. Okay, I think 2 more tests. Oh, everything looking good. Time differences are really small this time. I usually expect bigger ones. Okay, everything works. This means I can commit and push. In progress, Spellmaker charge, Spelltype charge. Add, commit, push, so it gets deployed. And with this, I guess I come to an end for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye. The end.